From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in a million, could be years, on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight's story, Pictures Don't Lie, by Catherine McLean.
I had been writing science stories for the Times for a few years before the whole business of the aliens came up. I got on to doing science because I wasn't a very good sports writer, and the Guild made it clear to the manager that I had enough seniority to make it tough to fire me. So when Masters went over to Life magazine, I was shoved into his spot. Now, being the man from the Times on any given story is quite a responsibility. It's not quite as inspiring as the London Times. You remember the butler announcing there were several reporters and a gentleman from the Times? But we're supposed to look as if we didn't specialize in axe murders and picking winners at Jamaica. Of course, it pays off. You find scientists, atomic energy commissioners, even congressmen will open up to the Times man. And that's how I got on the inside of this whole business. I had met Joseph Nathan at a convention in Atlantic City, and when he invited me to look over this work, I accepted.
I don't think there's anything classified in this work, Mr. Schwartz, as long as I don't actually supply you the text of messages.
I got a department clearance up to most confidential.
Well, that should do it. Hello, Max.
Hi.
You see, my job is radio decoder in the department here.
Under the Pentagon directly?
Department of Military Intelligence.
Uh-huh.
I use a directional pickup to tune in on foreign bands, record any scrambled or coded messages I hear.
I thought the code department was handled under CIA.
Well, I guess there is some duplication. Actually, though, I concentrate on the scrambled messages.
I see.
Here, I can show you. Come over here. Look out to the table.
Yeah.
Anybody want coffee?
I've got a piece of tape here. This is a typical scrambled broadcast. It's not military. It's a commercial message.
Oh.
Wait a minute till I thread up the machine.
Sure.
You know the basic principles. You take a straight voice message, run it through on an electronic scramble circuit. It may come out something like this. My job is to pick a thing like that out of the air, analyze the patterns, and wire an unscrambler. I've got this particular pattern set up on the machine, you see.
Tanker number 734, capacity code 7, estimated time of arrival at Galveston 30.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was just a commercial message. I do the same thing with military intelligence.
Is it something like old-fashioned cryptology?
Well, yes, except there's a small complication. You need a degree in advanced electronics, waveform math with a touch of quantum physics.
I suppose it's quite challenging, then, every time you pick up a new signal.
In a way, actually, they do the same work in every country these days. Everybody knows it's just a matter of time before any scrambled pattern is broken. It's pretty routine.
Uh-huh. Ever pick up anything exciting?
Well, actually, most of the messages, when I unscramble them, are still in prearranged code, and I have to turn them over to cryptology. It's something like copying Jabberwocky 500 times by longhand. Well, there is something interesting here. Listen to this piece of tape.
I don't hear anything.
Well, that was it.
Oh?
Now listen, there's another one coming up. That's it.
Well, I get that on my car radio, static.
Yes, but that's from the stars.
You mean radio interference?
That's right. I think you wrote about the work at Bell Telephone and RCA Labs about radio telescopy mapping the star positions by static.
You're interested in that?
Not exactly. They've never been able to figure out why the static on these particular bands comes in such jagged bursts. Just doesn't seem natural.
You have any ideas?
Oh, I don't know. I've been kicking around the notion that it's not a natural phenomenon. I've been trying to discard it, sort of like playing chess against yourself on the train in the morning. Well, that's about all there is.
That's all it was then. Joe Nathan swindling a few parts and a little government time to ride a hobby horse of his. I wrote up his job for the Sunday magazine section. It got squeezed out for an article by a famous actress on the 10 leading roles I disliked the most. So I forgot about it, went back to announcing a miracle drug per week and conflicting theories of psychoanalysis. I don't know what I'd do without them. They're always good for a piece. I was at the office late one night. I didn't have any work, but I just didn't feel like going home and putting the kids to bed. Schwartz.
Mr. Schwartz?
That's right.
This is Joseph Nathan. Do you remember?
Yeah, sure. How are you?
Mr. Schwartz, can you come out to my lab?
You mean Riverhead?
Yes. I'd like to show you something.
Well, maybe we can make an appointment. As a matter of fact, I have to be out on Long Island next week.
No, I mean tonight.
Oh? What is it?
I think I've found something that you might be interested in.
Yes?
You know those static bursts I recorded?
The ones that came from the stars?
That's right. I've decoded them.
When you write science for the Times, you don't often go dashing off on the trail of scoops, as in TV versions of newspaper life. But it was about 11:45 as I drove out along the Montauk Highway, listening to Tex and Jinx on the radio to keep from piling up the car against the tree. Radio who keeps me awake. Nathan was waiting for me at the gate, and he had quite an argument to get me in past the MPs. We were challenged 4 times before we got to his lab.
I'm glad you came, Mr. Schwartz.
Oh, it's a nice night for a drive.
I know, but frankly, I wanted to ask you what I should do. You see, I requisitioned the supplies without authorization, and I don't know how to explain it to my division chief. I mean, it isn't as if I took any of the equipment home. It's all right here. But I've got to tell somebody. I just thought you might have some experience in how to handle a thing like this.
Like what?
Well, you remember that static recording I played you? Here, I got it set up.
Oh, yes. Yes, I remember it vividly. Now, Mr. Nathan, it's very late, and this is far out on Long Island.
Now, you see, there's an old intelligence trick, speeding up on a recording till it sounds just like that, a short squawk of static, and then broadcasting it. Undergrounds use that when they don't want their transmitters located by triangulation. When you receive the broadcast, you slow it down and get your message.
Oh, no, wait a minute. You mean that you've decoded those static bursts from the stars?
Well, no, not exactly. I mean, they're not in code.
You think there's somebody out there broadcasting at us?
Well, no, it's not exactly that either.
Everything all right in here, Joe?
It's all right, Max. Mr. Schwartz has a clearance.
Okay, see you in the morning.
You see, if a star has planets, inhabited planets, and there was any broadcasting between them, they'd send it on a tight beam to save power.
Uh-huh.
It's the same method we used to aim radio beams at the satellite stations. You don't lose power. But you couldn't aim from planet to planet. You can't expect a beam to stay on target over such distance more than a few seconds at a time. It'd be like trying to keep a flashlight on a bouncing ball from a mile away.
Yeah, I see.
So they naturally compress each message into a short half-second or half-length package and send it a few hundred times in one long blast to make sure it was picked up during the instant the beam swings across the target. You see?
Huh? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Is that what those static squawks were?
I think so. I've got them analyzed up to a point, and they can't possibly be random.
Oh?
I recorded a couple of screeches from Sagittarius section, and I concentrated the work on them. It's taken me a couple of months to find the synchronizing signals and set the scanners close enough to the right time to even get a pattern. But I'm getting close to it now.
Huh? You mean you've actually picked up messages from some form of alien life out there in the stars?
Yes. You see, and this raises a tremendous problem. How am I going to explain to the division chief why I made all those unauthorized parts requisitions?
I convinced Mr. Nathan that his supervisor was likely to overlook about $300 worth of electronic gear when presented with the fact that Nathan had discovered life in other star systems and was close to deciphering some of their messages. The department put him on full time and gave him an assistant. They made me swear to sit on the story by promising to give me the first break on it when it was finally released. So I kept checking with Nathan as he worked.
I don't think it's a voice message.
Well, what is it, a racing wire? Are we catching late scratches from some track at the edge of the galaxy?
I don't think so. It's a TV signal.
Oh?
There's a definite scanning pattern. I can separate out the locking poles for a picture.
Yeah?
The only problem is I've no way of assigning colors to the various bands.
Color? Well, what makes you think it's color?
Oh, it seems as if it's got to be.
You and RCA. This is the year color's here.
No, look at these waveform analyses.
Huh?
With a band spread that wide, it rather indicates a color transmission, don't you think?
Well, sure, why not? Let me know when you get the Steve Allen show. And then, of course, he did. Not the Steve Allen program, but the equivalent of it. He called me in about 4 months later. Had a monitor screen set up on a bare chassis with a wideband tape unit recording everything that came in.
Here, wait till I turn on the set. See, this is what I've been trying to figure out for at least a month. You see this picture?
Ah, looks like a Scotch plaid.
Well, we finally assigned the colors so that they seem to give a rational picture. Wait a minute, I'll clear it up. There. Oh, there it is.
What is that?
That's the signal from the stars.
It's a picture. Some kind of distorted broadcast.
That's what I said. It's a broadcast, and it's coming from somewhere out past Sagittarius. Do you want to hear the audio signal?
That's their language?
That's right. We're sure about that. The colors were assigned arbitrarily, of course. You see that figure there, the tall one?
With the green skin?
Yes. That skin may be blue or pink or gray or anything. We don't know what their color response is. The only thing we're sure about is the various shadings of intensity and the audio channel.
What is it? What's it all about?
Well, we haven't decoded the language yet. There's a team from Harvard working on that. We record everything that comes in, but I think it's a lending library.
A what?
It's all fiction. It's plays. And there are dozens of them, all at the same time. I think they broadcast them continuously, and anybody who wants a particular play can tune it in. With the short burst method of transmission, they've got plenty of room in the spectrum.
A lending library?
Of course. As soon as we break the language barrier, we'll know for sure. Oh, by the way, I thought you might be interested. I've sent them back a message.
Look, Nathan, when are they going to release this? When can I use it?
I don't know. In the civil service, you don't ask questions
Now,
like
look,
that.
I'm a newspaper man. This is the hottest story.
I thought you were from the Times.
I know, but it's still a newspaper. What is the message you sent them? How do you do it?
Well, I took a print of a film.
Yeah?
As a matter of fact, it was Punky Ellie's Dance of the Hours from the Disney film. You know, with the dancing hippopotamus and crocodile?
I think I remember it.
Well, I scanned it with the same combinations and sent it back along the same line we were receiving from. Just testing.
Oh. What do you think they'll make of dancing hippopotamuses and crocodiles out past Sagittarius?
Oh, I recorded a prologue, and I explained what it was. I thought it would please their library to get a new record in.
Look, Mr. Nathan, please, will you find out when they'll release this?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do have an idea. The project supervisor said there'd be big news when we get an answer back.
When?
Oh, at the rate of transmission, only about 3 or 4 years.
That's what it was. 3 or 4 years. I forgot about Nathan for most of the time in the interim. It was one of the few stories in which nothing leaked. I have a feeling if the Pentagon realized how much I knew about it, I never would have gotten out of the laboratory at Riverhead. And so this story seems a lot more direct than it actually was. An awful lot happened in the 4 years before Nathan called me again, landing on the moon for one. But when he did call me, he had big news.
Here. Now watch this. Watch.
recording of the message you sent out? I've seen that before.
No, it isn't. That's a message we've received. They're playing it back to us. Now, wait. You'll see. Now, look, you see? There's an auditorium. They've been showing our message on a screen. Look at them.
What are they doing? Waving their hands in circles?
Well, that might be applause.
Oh.
You can't tell, but that isn't the most important thing. Do you realize what the intensity of this message was? On an Omicron scale, 302.8.
Yes?
Now, you'll see what I mean. Now, watch. Their camera, or whatever they use, pans up from the audience. Look at that wall.
Hey, it looks like a ship's hold.
It is. It's a spaceship. That accounts for the intensity of the broadcast. We've picked up an alien spaceship, and they've gotten our message. They're approaching the solar system, and we'll be able to contact them.
Joe, you know, I just don't care anymore. You've strung me along with this thing for 5 years, and it's no use to me. Absolutely no use.
Why, didn't I tell you? The Department of Defense is releasing the story to the press. You have it today, and there'll be a general release tomorrow.
And of course, you remember the story. We had it first. And any paper or TV broadcast that picked it up before the general release had to carry my byline and the Times copyright. I think it was the most important single newspaper beat that I've ever heard of. And of course, I did very well because of it. It was page 1 in the upper right-hand corner in the Times for 8 days running. And then the arrangements were made to cover the landing of the alien ship. The White House press secretary handled the whole thing. There'd be one pool man on the inside in direct contact with Nathan, the linguist teams, and the brass. Naturally, I got the pool assignment. There wasn't any question of it, really. But the rest of the boys were in on the releases, briefings, and press conferences. On arrival day, we were all schlepped out to the apron at White Sands Rocket Base. The concrete is graded to stand the thrust of those 3-stage giants that make the satellite and moon runs. But they'd added a layer of molybdenum mesh sprayed with some kind of plastistel on the theory that the stresses of an interstellar ship might crack White Sands rocket port like a pane of glass. The communications equipment was set up in the old red control blockhouse that hadn't been used since a whack Corporal missile misfired in '58. First, they threw Nathan to the wolves in a press conference. The TV boys with ultra portables were down on their knees in the first row, and the rest of us in the base movie theater. Nathan was up on the stage. Al Sullivan from the news led it off.
Mr. Nathan, what do you think of the aliens? Are they friendly? Do they look human?
Very human.
Exactly where will the alien ship land?
Well, that isn't exactly my field, but when you get out to the port, you'll see the strip. It's like a tic-tac-toe diagram. The release describes the precautions that have been taken, except for the grass strip along the runways. The light area has been remodeled.
Do you know anything about their home planet?
No, nothing directly.
You think they're dangerous, then?
No, I don't think so.
You realize, Mr. Nathan, that the 8th Atomic Artillery Battalion has been drawn up 5 miles north of the port, prepared for action.
Well, no, that's not my department. I don't know what precautions the military has taken.
But you think they're friendly?
Those I know are. I've been in contact with the radio operator of the ship. Bud says, I call him Bud, that he's worked up quite a thirst on this trip. Of course, we don't know what he drinks. We've no common chemical terminology. We haven't been able to exchange spectroscopic standards because we can't change the wavelengths accurately enough on the broadcast. We've arranged for you to see some of the recorded broadcasts we have made. When you watch them, I'd like you to realize that these are plays, all fictional. We haven't dubbed in a translation of the soundtracks, although since these were recorded, we've developed an automatic translator. You'll see that later. All right, I think we're ready for the showing. If somebody will please dim the house lights.
Of course, I'd seen the films before, but I stayed at the back of the hall to watch them again. The almost human forms, half dancing, the colors bright but strange. The sound was a flowing language with many shifts of pitch, and there was that strange, odd motion, not slow, but somehow drifting. It had been bothering me for some time, the films. There was something in the way they walked. They were good actors. Even without knowing what was happening, you were interested. You could tell the hero from the villain sometimes, and you rooted for him. Finally, I went out to the lobby, and I found Nathan pacing up and down.
What's on now?
That recording that they returned with the Ponchielli?
It's funny, you know. They're crazy about Ponchielli and Mozart. Can't stand Gershwin. Strange.
Joe, there's something wrong with the films.
What do you mean?
Well, something wrong with the whole thing. It's a hunch. I felt that way with the vaccine for the common cold. Turned out to be a bust, huh? Now, there's something about the way they move.
Well, that bothers me, too. When I turn the tape faster, they're all rushing, and you begin to wonder why their clothes don't stream behind them, why the doors don't close quickly behind them, why things fall so fast. Well, we don't have to worry about it. We'll see them in about 2 hours when they land.
He seemed a little too cheerful. Joe Nathan wasn't like that. He was usually too serious, took things literally. But he seemed to be trying to convince himself that nothing could go wrong. It was as if he smelled a rat but held his nose and went right ahead. At minus 30 minutes, we all took our places in the blockhouse. They had a monitor set up with the automatic translator hooked up on the audio channel, so the alien operator looked as if he was talking English, but the lip movement didn't quite match, like a bad foreign film with English dialogue.
There he is. He's broadcasting. Throw on the translator unit.
We've decelerated enough to enter the atmosphere. We'll be landing in 3 time periods. Hey, Joe, what is it? A murky-looking planet you live on?
What do you mean by that?
He's kidding. I've been talking with him for a few weeks. He's got a sense of humor.
What does he mean, murky? Can't be raining over much territory on Earth. It rained here this morning, but it's cleared up now.
There he is again. See the way he holds his mouth in an O?
Uh-huh.
That's their laugh.
Oh.
There, you can see his view screen behind him. He must be just entering the atmosphere. There goes the green light again.
What's that?
Oh, we're not getting this broadcast direct. That light means they've sent a concentrated squawk broadcast. We record it, slow it down, and then play it back here. Just a minute, and we'll get what he said. Here it comes.
Hey, Joe, it's dark. Your atmosphere is thick, really thick. You didn't tell me that. Approaching ground level.
I didn't hear any rocket jets. We should hear a landing blast, shouldn't we?
I don't know. Another message in.
We've landed. We're down.
Well, they can't be. They can't be. There's nothing out there.
Here he is again.
Listen, Joe, we're down. We're landed, but our detection field shows no buildings near. Nothing. The atmosphere registers thick as glue. There's tremendous gas pressure. Our hull won't take it too long. There's no light at all. Joe, you didn't describe it like this. What kind of a trick is this?
We've got a directional fix on the broadcast now.
Well, where is it?
There, on the field.
We're trying repair. We're adjusting a view screen to pick up the long waves to go through this murk. The engineer says there's something wrong with the steam jets. We're sending a help call to our nearest space base. Joe, get us out of here.
Well, where are they? Where are they? There's nothing out there. Nothing.
They'll have to triangulate the next broadcast again.
Joe, you've got to send a rescue party somehow. Listen, we've got a viewing screen rigged now. We're in the middle of a half circle of cliffs. Around the horizon, there is a wide, muddy lake with swimming, pulpy things attacking and eating each other on all sides. We're almost in the lake on the soft edge. The mud can't hold the ship's weight, and we're sinking. The tubes are mud-clogged. When can you reach us?
They're out there, aren't they?
They're out there on that airport, on the empty field.
Where are you? We're sinking. Where are you?
I was wrong. The squawk transmission, by speeding it up for better efficiency, I was wrong.
What do you mean?
They don't speed up their broadcasts. They live that fast.
Over an hour of talk and action in one squawk? Nothing of any size could move that fast against inertia.
Joe, get us out. We're sinking. We're sinking into the mud, into the lake. The hull is buckling. Joe, get us out.
You can't, can you?
How? Get them out. There isn't a lake or a river within hundreds of miles from here.
The direction finders. The broadcast came from out there. From the concrete spaceport.
Possibly at the edge of the runway where the grass is growing. After all, it rained this morning.
Do you think we could ever find them?
Maybe. With a strong enough magnifying glass.
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Galaxy Science Fiction Magazine, which this month features Rattle OK by Harry Warner Jr., which demonstrates that a time machine could be very useful for handling a department store's complaints, provided you don't go too far to please a customer. Galaxy Magazine, on your newsstand today. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you Pictures Don't Lie, a story from the pages of Galaxy written by Catherine McLean and adapted for radio by Ernest Kenoy. Featured in the cast were Joe DeSantis as Schwartz, John Gibson as Nathan, Sam Gray as a newsman, and Dick Hamilton as the alien. Your announcer, Fred Collins. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
One of the best, one of the most popular programs on radio. That's You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx. And here's a reminder. Now Groucho can be heard on Saturdays. And he's on at a time when every member of the family, from Junior to Grandpa, can join in the laughter that goes with each question and answer session. A new day, a new hour, but the very same fun and good times that have made Groucho and You Bet Your Life so popular throughout the years. Have you ever met a hamburger king, or an earthworm farmer, or a famous beauty contest winner? Well, these are some of those who have appeared as Groucho's guests. Who will be his guests Saturday? Well, that's a secret. But you can bet your life they'll be full of fun and surprises. Have you ever heard Groucho sing his classic Captain Spaulding or throw a romantic line at a pretty girl contestant? You'll enjoy all of Groucho's unpredictable antics again this season, Saturday, the day for Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life. Check your newspaper. Hear music by Ralph Flanagan and Skinny Ennis on Bandstand on NBC.
Good morning, weirdos. What's going on, people?
What's up?
I better turn the air on. It's a little too quiet in here. There we go. That's the ticket. Get a little air going in here. So, how are we this morning? I better go check to see if there's a dog that wants to get out, because that's my job in the morning, letting dogs in and out of doors. Yep, and as usual, it's Big Dog that wants out. She's like, "Where'd you go? You left me. Where are you, man?" I finished my video time machine last night. 45 minutes long. Saved it and uploaded it. Of course, I started uploading it last night, and it was like, it's going to take an hour and a half, and I'm like, I'm out of here. So I checked it again at midnight, still hadn't finished. So this morning I get up, and there's one hit on a copyright that's a few seconds of a song, right? So I've got to go back into the video program and edit out that little bitty piece of a song. I'll just mute it. It's only a few seconds. That'll be cool. So I'm going to mute it and then save it and then upload it, because that's what I can do. And then I will delete the one that's in there with the little piece of a song so it doesn't abuse me later. How's everything going on the East Coast? It seems like it's crazy over there, huh? Everything's really, really calm over here, so it's like we have no clue what everyone's going through over there. You know, physically, it's just normal over here, really. There's actually no weather at all. That's heavy. I mean, people say that the planet's fine, climate change doesn't exist, there's nothing wrong, everybody go about your business, go back into your homes. But it's going into a sinkhole, go back into your homes. Nothing wrong. That mountain is not collapsing. Okay, that ocean's not rising. That river is not widening. It's all your imagination. Did you say machination? No. I didn't even get to watch the whole video yet. It's 45 minutes long. I didn't have time. I just bopped through to make sure that things were working correctly. That was it. I didn't even write down all the stuff that's in the video. Usually I write down everything so I can come back later and say, did I use this before? And then I'll know. And so I've got to go through the video and itemize everything, make a list of what I use so that I don't repeat myself. I almost did last night. I almost put in another video. I was editing it, and I got to a part where it was editing. I'm like, wait a second, I've edited this before. I used this a few weeks ago. Yeah. Totally. So yesterday I got done here with the show and had a little bit of something to eat. I think I had some Danish or something, right? And I was like, all right, I'm going to go out. And actually, that's right, I was going to go out. I ate some Danish and I procrastinated and worked on videos and got all the videos uploaded. And then my daughter made some tuna salad sandwich stuff. So I had a half a sandwich and then went out and sanded. And oh man, sanding 24 boards back and front, sides, edges. It took me about an hour and a half. I used a power sander. When I got done, my neck was in so much agony. I just came in here and sat here and whimpered like a little baby. And then I was filthy from sanding, so I took a shower. Hot water on my back. Of course, I was pretty much out of it by then. Pain was telling me, just go to bed, just go to bed, just go to bed, just go to bed. So eventually I went and I laid down at around 2 and laid down and slept for a couple of hours. Got up at around 4:30 or 5, figuring that I'm going to have to eat dinner so I don't skip dinner again. And I got up and instantly smacked in the face with the pain. Usually I can go lay down, push myself into some pillows, and when I go to sleep, my muscles relax, and it allows me to kind of regenerate. I don't know. Separate yourself from that pain a little bit, and then the pain goes away. You let your muscles loosen up a little bit. I mean, I could have taken some ibuprofen. I don't have any more muscle relaxers, so ibuprofen is like it. And I've got some over-the-counter stuff, and I've also got the under-the-counter stuff from the dentist. But I don't like to take those pills. They stop me up. So I tried introducing my wife to a couple of new shows, right? We tried Voyagers with Mino Pelusi from like 1980 something. And she's like, no, this is a little too weird. They're bouncing all over history. They're in like 2-3 different time eras, in one episode, bouncing around. And she's like, I don't get it. It's like, all right. So we watched My Secret Identity with Jerry Connolly, right? Jerry Connolly. Is that his name? Jerry O'Connolly. That's the kid from Stand By Me, little fat kid. So we tried that. She's like, it's still a little weird. I mean, what, the kid's a superhero? I don't think so. So I'm like, all right, forget it. So I started watching Hardcastle and McCormick, and jumped into bed last night and watched a bit of that, and something else, but I don't remember. I put stuff on so close to bed, I just don't remember. I just don't. I wanted to read, but I was just too sleepy. I'm about 3 or 4 chapters into this Lakota Woman book. It's really, really good. It's going to be probably like one day a week. Like every couple of days, I'll be able to sit and read, a half a chapter or a chapter or something, depending on how fast it reads. But like Sundays, Saturdays or Sundays, when I got nothing else going on here, I like to spend a couple of hours just sitting and reading. So I'm probably going to get through most of the majority of the book on the weekends when I'm just trying to chill out and de-screen, detox myself. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Poor. Living the dream. That's it. I see a lot of people living the dream, man. I'm living the dream right here. I was just thinking last night, somebody on the TV said something about be successful. You're a success. Be a success. And I'm thinking, I'm already a success, right? I've succeeded. I've done it. You know, I'm a success. I'm successful with my wife and daughter and our 4 dogs. I don't need any more success than that. I mean, I've hit the pinnacle, you know. This is it. I don't get any better than this. You know, I've got like the best wife in the world, the best daughter in the world, the best dogs in the world. Yeah, I'm done. Game over, baby. Game frickin' over. There ain't no reason to push it. You know? I don't need more success than this. If I've got any one of them or all of them together, I'm peachy. I'm perfect. I don't need anything else. I got any of them or all of them around, and I don't need anything else in the world. That's success. It is to me. I don't know what you would call success, you know. I don't need to go out and make $1 billion. I don't need to go out and have the best job in the world, or be a superstar or a celebrity, or professional this or that, or own a company, or have millions of employees. That's not success to me. You know, having succeeded is having a beautiful wife and daughter, and everything's good, and these beautiful dogs, right? That's success. That's it. I'm done. Pinnacle. Ultimately, that's it. I don't need any more than that. Now, needing and wanting, that's different. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have more, but not much more. A working van, a little bit of a bigger house. Doesn't have to be a new house, just a little bit bigger. A little less falling apart, right? But nothing huge, nothing major. I'm not looking to build up stacks of gold or be a real estate mogul or anything like that. Just not. It's just not important. None of that is important to me. It was when I was younger, when I was programmed to want all of these things. I was programmed to need all of these things to make me a better person, right? Now, I grew up and realized that that was all just shit programmed into you by admin and society's bullshit. And most of society just wants to sell you something. That's it. That's what society is nowadays. It's a buy and sell scheme. That's it. Yeah. I got to put together a show for tonight. I've been going through perusing my stuff that I garner from the internet to put on my shows. And one of my sites was closed last night for maintenance or something. Hopefully it'll be back up soon. But I've been going through all the other stuff that I have, and I've got quite a few Halloween things saved up. I may be able to actually bring a whole couple of hours of a video time machine on Halloween night. I'm still trying to formulate some kind of a program for Halloween night. I just don't know yet. I'd love to be able to do something all day and all night, do like 24 hours of Halloween, right? But I don't have enough content to keep rolling. I could do a fishbowl thing and sit here and go for 24 hours, but that wouldn't be very entertaining. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do yet. I know I want to have some kind of Halloween spooky thing. I know that I want to do some kind of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and get into the holiday thing. I have yet to come up with some kind of Halloween decoration. After my sanding of those boards experience yesterday, I took myself out of commission. I'm lucky that I was able to get up last night and sit here for the 3 hours it took to put together that video time machine. It shouldn't have taken that long, but I just kept going through stuff, and then I edited some stuff and thought, nah, I'm going to use that on Halloween. And then I edited some more stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm going to use that on Halloween. So ultimately, there's not too much on this episode of Video Time Machine that is Halloween, Halloweeny, right? So basically, because I keep trying to save it for Halloween night, I am going to start taking some of those elements and just uploading them alone and see what I get. See if it allows me to use it in its entirety. And then the Video Time Machine is going to be like, okay, we're going to do a bunch of mix-max, weird stuff for 20 or 30 minutes, and then we're going to do a whole 30-minute show. And then we're going to mix and match, and then we're going to do another 30-minute show. Yeah, it's really, really cool stuff. Halloween specials, Halloween cartoons, Halloween tidbits. Yeah. But then again, it may just be and I think that's going to be the beginning of the end for nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. Figuring that I'm going to have to do my dental procedure soon, and that's going to take the bite out of me, literally. So, I won't be doing much talking on the air. This show is going to take the biggest hit. So I'm going to try to keep doing this show here, but I'm going to set it up without a microphone. If I feel uncomfortable with the way I look, I'll wear a mask. Otherwise, I think the hair pretty much does it. I won't be doing any close-ups except for other than what I'm working on. I'm going to probably set up a table, and then I'll just be doing stuff. You'll just see my hands working on things. Every once in a while I'll write a note for the camera. And that's it. And I'm going to do that for a few weeks, a couple of months, however long it takes to get my act together, right? The bummer, the real big bummer is that this whole morning show is set up for me to sit here and talk. That's the thing, for me to sit here and unload and get shit out of my head, vent about the world, be excited about things, spitball things. It's my drawing board. So that's got to be a bummer. Not having that time every morning to blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So I've got to find something to keep me here in the morning. And something that's going to be not bad to watch, right? You watch your guy's hands working on 8-track tapes. That's it. A bright light. I need to get one of those big magnifier lights, right? That's what I really need. Because I got to use my bifocals when I'm getting close up and working on cutting tough stuff and splicing. So, but for now, I'm just going to set up a little table, a little light, a nice surface to look at, and I'll sit and I'll do a few dozen 8-track tapes every day, or I'll sit here and open up a machine and work on it and try to get it up and running, and do that. I've got a bunch of machines that I want to get working, mainly because I want to give them away to people. It's been probably 30 years since people have had a working turntable in their house, right? At least 30 years. People got into cassettes and CDs, and they just left the records behind. Many of them went to the trash bin or a yard sale and that kind of shit. And they just, adios, vinyl. I'm going to CD, baby. And then a lot of people gave up their CDs when the whole iPod thing came up, and everybody had MP3s, and they just put all their music on MP3s. And then it came to streaming, and it's like we don't even have to own music anymore. And if we do, it'll just be in the air, right? I don't know how people can deal with having things that they don't really have, right? Buying things that they don't really own, right? Why do you think they're trying to screw over people with Prop 33 in California? Because they don't want people to own property. They don't want anyone to own property. They being the powers that be, they want renters. They don't want owners, right? They want uneducated renters. That's it. They got tired of selling us the world. Now they're trying to rent us the world, right? I mean, when you buy water now, you're renting those bottles because you get cash back for those bottles, right? So you save those bottles and you give them back, and you get money back, right? So yeah. Now they're done. They're selling natural resources to us, but the rest of the world they're just going to rent. You know, all they want are Airbnbers. All they want are lifters, Uber riders. You know, they don't even want people to leave their rental houses. They want them to stay at home and spend the rest of their extra money having everything Ubered to them, right? Send me some Amazon, send me some Wayfair, send me this, send me that. I'm taking a virtual vacation this year. I'm not even leaving my house. Oh my God, me too. Where are you going? Or where are you not going? Well, I'm not going to the Bahamas. Oh my God, me too. Oi, mate. Yeah, Bob's your uncle. Oh, no, really, he is. He is. Uncle Bob. Good old Uncle Bob. Eat your Uncle Bob, dear. Oh, Flashback Friday. Throwback Thursday, I should have put together one of these planes, right? This is Arts and Crafts Day on Thursday. That's one thing that I'll probably do a lot of when not arts and crafts, but do a lot of when I'm sitting here kind of trying to keep myself out of depression from all my procedures and stuff, and not being able to talk, and not wanting to go out, and not being able to do videos and this live stuff, and it's going to be a kind of a bummer. So yeah, one of the things I'll be doing is trying to get yeah, I forgot where I was going. Damn it. Drink some more coffee, that'll help. Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. Putting stuff together for the channel, right? I'll have plenty of time for that. So I will put together descriptions of every day of the week in the morning, descriptions of every other show, describe what it is we do every day on the show in more detail, like Arts and Crafts Day on Thursday, right? So that should be on the description. Today is Thursday, it's Arts and Crafts Thursday, it's Throwback Thursday, so, you know, be forewarned, we're going to be doing that kind of stuff here on the channel today. So Throwback Thursdays would be a perfect day to sit here and go through photos. You know, Old Time Radio Wednesday, I'm probably going to be working on that old radio and taking that apart and working on it on camera. Television Tuesday, I'll be working on TVs, VCRs. Old movie Mondays, I'll be working on 16mm stuff, VCRs, Betamaxes, that kind of stuff. Flashback Friday, I'll just be doing it all, baby. I'll just be doing it all. But if people have in the description what's going on, they're more likely to stop by, or they're more likely to be the right people to be a viewer, right? As opposed to the random person who stops by and they go, "What the hell is this? I'm out of here. This guy's a kook. Fucking kook." I'm a kook. No, really. So there you go. And, you know, anybody that ever comes by or stops by or anything, you can always let me know if my volume is off or wrong, or if my picture's weird, if I'm too weird. I don't know. Just let me know what's going on. Let me know if I need any help. Because I can't listen to me while I'm live unless I turn off my mic and turn up the monitor, and it's kind of a... I don't want to do that. So I tend to assume that my mic levels that I see floating in front of me are good enough. You know, they come about halfway up, and I figure half is good enough. And then on occasion, I can make a loud noise, or and the thing peaks into the red on both sides. So, yeah. So I figure any higher, and I'd probably blast a lot of eardrums. Any lower, and people wouldn't understand what the hell I'm talking about, man. So, there. So there. Here you are. There's that. Let's see. I still have to send out text messages to people this evening, reminding pledgers that it's time, if you're ready, it's time to donate, and if not, don't even stress over it. Your size will be saved, and you know, as soon as you can, if you can at all, make a donation, then we'll do that. I just need to know in the next day or so who is going to be able to follow through on their pledge and make the donation, so that if I don't get enough hard donors, that I know that I'm going to have to go after some more people for pledges, right, for donations. And I'll send out another 10 or 12 text messages to people asking if they want a shirt. These are the sizes that we have printed. Do you want some shirts? Please donate. So we'll get into that. And then a couple of the shirts are spoken for, because I'll have a couple of the shirts out of the 25 of each. So that takes it down to 12 going out and 12 available, right? And I get that 25th shirt in each design. And then I'm also going to take in, they have some shirts that I bought, blank colored shirts, so I'm going to have 2 of those shirts printed in those designs, so I will have a different shirt to wear, so that I can do my, even if I'm, you know, I may take a picture from Bush's book, and rather than use a fake voice or concern myself with stuff, I'll hold up a sign, right, that will kind of be my mouth. You know, maybe I'll do a Bob Dylan video where I just constantly standing there and I drop signs and I just hold the signs and you read the signs as the music plays, and I do my shtick and try to get people to donate. I'm seeing bits and pieces of movies and videos and stuff that I can use to help create commercials. So I can take, like the music video that I made, Let's Go to the Movies, I'll do something like that where we'll throw in shirts and we'll use people on the screen for a second or two asking, hey, what's that? Where can I get one of those shirts? Man, that's a fancy, that kind of shit. So I'll find I'll kind of get an idea of what I want to do, and then I'll just look through, grab a bunch of little tiny pieces that I need, and start stacking them together in the editor, right? And try to come up with something that grabs you and says, ooh, that's neat, that's funny. Hot T-shirts. There was a movie, Hot T-shirts, and I've got a trailer, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if it's a trailer, I can use just about anything on the trailer as long as it's not music, right? So I'm thinking, all right, so I'll go through the trailer and I'll find stuff on the trailer that has to do with shirts, right? Just the word shirts, whatever, and chop those things up into little bitty bites. Load them up, load a bunch of other stuff up, load up pictures of the shirts, video of people wearing the shirts, photographs. I'm going to go, when they're printing, I'm going to go in and I'm going to stay there and I'm going to watch, I'm going to record, I'm going to take pictures, I'm going to actually get there and put stuff on myself and actually do some of the printing, and get photographs and videos of me doing some of the work, right? So that we can see that it's a real thing happening, right? No fake bullshit, no autistic son designed this. It's going to be me, baby, all me. And the party will be all you if you donate. And that's it. That's all there is to it. It's going to be fucking awesome. So I think if I do it right, I shouldn't have to do much. I shouldn't have to do any speaking. In fact, what I may do is I may just get my brother to come on with me on a video chat and just tell him, okay, say this. We've got a lot of great t-shirts. No, say it again. We got a lot of great t-shirts. That's it. Perfect. And then I'll just record our conversation, and then I'll just go back and I'll just edit out little snippets of things that I had him say. And then I'll just use his voice and his image. Hopefully he'll be wearing one of the shirts, or at least wearing something throwback, right? And I think that's probably going to work, right? All right, Robert, say this. Michelle, are you there? Write this down and have him say this. Have him say it a couple of times. Yeah, while he's taking a leak. Have him say it 3 or 4 times while he's taking a leak. And then come back and we'll record it. And I'll just spend an hour or so with him and have him just read a bunch of crap that I sent him in a text, right? Okay, here's a bunch of stuff. Have one of the kids or Michelle or somebody write these texts out longhand on a piece of paper, really legible, really big, so you don't need your glasses, and make cue cards, right? And we'll do that, and you'll just say, hi, how's it going, everybody? And you'll just do your stuff, and I'll record it from here and edit it and create. That's it. See, that's why I love this morning. This morning thing is just all about a drawing board, bouncing shit around. God, this is great. Okay, so I've solved my show issue. I can do live via video chat with others. I've solved the commercial issue. I can just get Robert or others to record stuff with me via video chat, right? And I can just edit that into a video. Bing, bing, bang, boom. Take different people talking and wearing the shirt. And, I love my shirt. People ask me about it all the time. Right? Yeah, okay. So we got it figured out now. So I don't have to talk. All I got to do is be able to text and do what I normally do. I don't even have to talk anymore. I'm going to stop talking now. So there you are. There it is. Okay. So now I need to come up with a commercial and what to say. And then I need to get that stuff to him. And then pick a night. Pick a night where we can just sit here for an hour. All right, have you got your cue cards written out? Yeah? All right. Have you practiced? You know how you're going to do it with your delivery? All right. Get Leah, his granddaughter, my niece. Get Haley's daughter in there as your director, right? Excellent idea. Always get somebody really young in there to help you with what you're doing because they see stuff that we don't, right? Totally. They see stuff from a totally different angle. So I would suggest that along with having Michelle there with you, helping you with the delivery and the speech and everything, is have your granddaughter there as your director, right? And then we'll just do some takes. All right, everybody quiet. All right, go. All right, cut. Next. Or let's do that again. Totally. Because it doesn't take much, right, to read a couple of things on camera. It doesn't take much at all. Believe me, I know. Since I was a kid, I've been having to do that shit. So, we have a dog situation. So we'll get him a nice backdrop, probably some wood paneling in his house, and maybe we can tape up a couple of posters or something behind him for okay, let's move that picture and tape up some stuff and make a set, and then we'll shoot, right? And we'll just give him a little corner of the living room and turn it into a quick little set. And have a couple of vintage items like a guitar and, have some things, a poster on the wall, Let me check the dog situation. You're such a sweet boy. Good morning. Oh, what a good boy. Yes, you are a good boy. It's good old Sam. He probably wants to get up and go in with my daughter now. He's got to change venues. It's a shift change, so there you go. Okay, well, this makes me happy, knowing that I have a solution for a voice, because my brother and I have very similar tones, voices. We're related, so he's a part of the Elsinore Brothers studio thing. You want to go to bed? Right. So, yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, because, our father was in the radio stuff, so we have that shared experience, and we used to do recording stuff and reel-to-reel stuff and, make little radio shows and be DJs. And so this will just be an extension of that. We'll just be, hey, let's pretend. right? That's good. Good. It's good. And then this guy, I've been looking for a way to get more Elsinore Brothers and Sisters involved in this. And as soon as this weather thing calms down a little bit, hopefully I can get some more involvement from a few key people. Yeah. Okay, so now I really need to start thinking about some kind of commercial and get him some copy to start working on. And figure out what I want to say, how I want to say it, and then write it out in a delivery. You know, okay, you're going to say this, and then we're going to record that, and then we're going to just do little blocks, real easy little blocks of little sentences to record. So all you got to do is practice saying this one sentence, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then we'll just go through, get a day or so to practice these things, get them written down, and then you just, okay, let's go, action, right? So I'll just get it all written out and then text it, and probably get his wife to write it out longhand, and get his niece to help him with the delivery, you know. Because at some point I won't be able to tell him, no, do it like this, because I won't be able to do it like that, right? So it'll just be me sending him copy and saying, okay, read it so you can understand it, and that's it. So getting a junior miss, getting someone in there as director on his end is really going to be key. And like I said, the younger the better, because they see more, they see different. So, well, it's a good thing I got through this morning, because it's Friday, and hopefully I'll get together with him this weekend and discuss all of this. And let him know, okay, look, you need to pick out things, props for a part of your house, a little corner. You know, a corner is perfect, because you've got two walls, you've got some depth, some angle to it. Flat wall is fine as long as you've got stuff on the wall behind you, so you've got some color, some energy, right? So I'll just say, okay, look, pick out a spot in your house with the wood paneling, decorate it, take a photograph of it, right? And save that photograph. So that way when we're done with this, and we're not going to do it for 2 weeks, you can take all of this stuff down and set it aside, and you don't have to keep your living room decorated like a, you know, like a 12-year-old kid in the 80s room, you know. So there you go. There's that. And it should only take an hour to sit and read the individual things, so that I can edit it all together. And it's going to be flashing around, you know, with images and stuff, and back to him, and images, and probably a lot less of his face and more of his voice, you know, at the beginning, and then, you know, voice and image, voice, and then image at the end. But it'll be mostly shirts, and about shirts, and how to get shirts, and how to donate, and yada yada yada. Time to hide. Okay, so come to think of it, this is going to work This is going to work for months. In fact, this is how I'm going to do the shirts. I'm not even going to be there. I'm not even going to be there. I'm just the wizard behind the curtain, okay? So what I think I'm going to do is every couple of weeks, I will come on and do a new commercial with a new person, and all they got to do is read copy and be excited about the reunion and about the shirts, right? And they read the copy. I'll send them copy. They take it. They change it to make it suit them. They add, subtract, do whatever they need to do. But here's the core of what we need said. Run with it. And then and they can get their spouse involved in the rewriting and the whole production end. Everybody's got grandkids and nieces and nephews and stuff, so, or most of us. So, we'll try to get the youngins involved and have them, because I want them at the reunion. So we'll try to get them involved in some of the video stuff. At some point, we're going to make some kids-sized shirts. So that'll be neat. It'll be an extra run, right? I think we're going as high as 3X to L to large right now. So large, double X, and large XL, double XL, and triple XL. We're doing those 4 sizes right now because those are the 4 sizes that have been ordered. And then eventually we're going to do a run of medium, small, extra small, that kind of stuff. And I may have to do a smaller graphic on some of the shirts for those, a bigger graphic for the bigger shirts. Hi, Bessie. You want to go outside? You don't know? You want to come up here? You don't know. All right. Well, when you figure it out, you let me know, okay? When you come up with some kind of master plan, you let me know, huh? What movie is that? Huh? They Live. Rowdy Piper. Rowdy that guy, that wrestler in the kilt. Great actor. Fun stuff. I think that was one of my most favorite movies from John Carpenter. The They Live. Short movie, to the point. Just a great freaking, it's reality, man. It is reality. If you take the alien factor out of that movie, it's reality. Yep. Hi. We sleep, they live. That's the way it is. Okay, dog. You're bugging. Okay. Oh, there's a dog. There's a dog situation. Just doing my morning calisthenics here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Dog out, dog in, dog out. Door open, door closed, door open, door closed. Coffee up, coffee down, coffee hot, coffee cold. Bong loaded, bong empty. All right, so I am gonna... I am really gonna have to start planning a trip down to Elsinore to look at a couple of venues and talk to a few people about a few things. So I'm going to be setting up those meetings relatively soon. I'd like to do it before I have my procedure, because I won't really be into doing much after that. So Yeah, because once this money starts rolling in, I'm going to start getting serious about payment on the venue, payment on the entertainment, and savings for all of the shit that's going to happen, and just doing a lot of shirts. I mean, 12 to 1,500 shirts. It's going to be more like 15 to 1,600 shirts is what it's going to wind up being, right? Because I just keep coming up with these ideas for shirts, and I imagine that some designs we're just going to have extra of at some point that just aren't going to sell because people are going to be too interested in the new ones. So I need to keep coming up with new designs to keep the money rolling in. And yeah. Maybe I'll talk to, once I come up with enough original designs, I may talk to someone about running some shirts out of their store, right? And that would be neat. Either online or actually at a store. Online's probably easier because it's easier for people to find the shirt. Who knew? Custom shirts. Thank you, Bush. Thank you, Tease Shirts in Yucca Valley. Who'd have thunk? I mean, at this point, even if it doesn't actually pan out the way I expected it to, the whole shirt creating experience, as long as the shirts pay for themselves and I don't get over my head with shirts that I can't afford to buy, let alone sell, right? So that's why initially I was going to have the price of the donation really big to get a shirt, but I decided ultimately that to do the donations and the shirts balanced out so you're actually getting something that you would have gone out and bought, right? Rather than getting a little something for a lot of money, you get a little extra, you know, like you donate $100 to PBS and you get the videotape and a booklet and a shirt, and so you're getting a couple of dollars worth of merchandise for your $100, right? Plus the donation. Yeah, and I'm seriously thinking about trying to get a laptop or computer or Chromebook or something that is devoted 100% of the time to online live, right? A constant live feed. And what it might be is something in this room or the room itself or a combination. I might do something like put some exterior like ring cameras, like put a couple of cameras outside, one aiming at the sunset, maybe one aiming down into town, right? Because I'm above Joshua Tree Township, Village, whatever you want to call it. And then like a static camera in here and be able to switch back and forth. So I'm always live on one of those cameras. That sounds like it would probably work. Have that stuff run into that device and then have that device linked over to my live. Just pipe that feed out. Today, we're in the morning, we watch, from nighttime until the sun comes up, we watch that sunrise view where the moon and the sun and everything is happening over there, coming up. on the weekends during the day, you know, or maybe just during the day we'll watch downtown because there's no sun directly into the camera. And then have a live feed in here, so on occasion I can just have this whole room be live. That sounds neat. Now I got to come up with, probably find somebody on Marketplace who's got one of those old security camera things with the 4 cameras and the little box, and then just find a way to come out of that box and into my laptop. And bada boom, bing bang, boom. And just have one of those cheap little laptop Chromebook things going out live. That's it. That's all there is to it. I just want to get more going on, you know. I want to basically fill up my time, right? Since I became too broken to really go do anything. It's been kind of a cascade effect where I've just been able to do less and less and less because I don't do anything. So I try to at least keep busy mentally and keep doing stuff and keep chasing the demons out of my head as I chase. I kick the gong around, chasing the dragon. More like I am the dragon, kicking the bong around. I am dragon. Rawr. So this morning I'm just going to go into town and sit in the office and fill out my paperwork, turn it in, fill out more, do whatever I got to do. And then I'm ready for my appointment on the 28th. And then if I have the gumption, probably not. I'm probably going to get done with that this morning and come home and take a nap and then do my second to last nighttime nonsense and nostalgia, really. Because Halloween will be the show before Halloween. The 24th, I think, is going to be my last show. 25th, Friday the 25th will be my last broadcast using my voice. So the Thursday after that, the Friday after that, there won't be a nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. The Friday after that, the Thursday after that Friday, will be an hour long or 2 hour long or 3 hour long video time machine Halloween episode. And then that's it. And then the video time machine will then become my outlet. I will no longer be doing a live broadcast anywhere at any time. Elsinore Brothers and Sisters Live will probably wind up just being Elsinore Brothers and Sisters and not me. I'll take myself out of it completely and let them be the faces of this. Nobody wants to buy shirts from me anyway. Nobody watches the shows. Nobody comes to the channel. Nobody really knows about me or cares too much about how I do things or what I'm doing. So, and that's fine. I mean, none of this was ever designed for anybody else but me and my close family and friends. So its success has already been determined, right? But the commercials for the shirts and the show for the shirts, the reunion, it's all a different animal. It's going to be on YouTube only because that's where that's where my studio is, right? But it will be shared across, multiple platforms. I will set it up so that it will be shareable wherever people can share stuff, and I will try to make things for Instagram and TikTok, but that's just, it's a different animal, and I've tried it before, and I've tried to navigate it, and I have been unsuccessful, mainly because I do produced videos. I don't do a video taken from a camera and then edit it in their little program, and that's not what I do. I edit it and then I try to upload it, and they say, well, you got to do this and this. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Well, you have to do this, and I don't want to do that. We have to do this, and it's like a fucking revolving door, right? And I can't find a spot to jump out. Yep. Totally. Anyways, Holmes, what are they? What are they? Oh, delay. Oh, delay. Oh my God, no way. Oh, way. Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today. We're out, man. Go someplace else. No fucking bananas, man. What are you gonna do? No banana split. Ah, see what I did there? Shut up. That was obvious. Alright. I'm just getting this, the coffee again, I guess. The coffee and the weed gets me all pumped up and excited about stuff. By the time I get done here, I'm like, well, that was a fun ride. I need a nap. Totally. 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 Halloween decoration. Okay. So I think what I need to do for Halloween is create a long, like 3-hour show, right? And well, I was gonna say do a live, and then have me have like the live picture here, and then have me let's see, down here in the corner, right? And have something happening on the screen via a video that I've created. So that video is always playing, and I'm down here, and the video playing has sound and scary stuff and things that go bump in the night and bugaboos and whatever. And then, do I then wear a mask? Like some kind of whole head mask or something? A paper bag would be the unknown comic, right? There's something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what kind of condition I am in, depending on what has taken place with my procedural stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and plan a video time machine show. And I'll try to plan a way for me to be there in the show, even if it's in costume or something, or mute or whatever. It'll probably be mute. Costume, I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I like the idea of the unknown comic. A paper bag with some holes cut out, and that's it. There's a costume. If I had a sports coat, that would be great. I believe he always wore like a jacket, a sports jacket, some kind of dress coat thing. I don't believe he wore a tie all the time. I'll have to look up some unknown comic here. and see what we get, right? And see how he dressed, because I got a few things that I could wear that would probably be cool if I'm thinking the right thing. The unknown comic and images, and yeah, he wore a sports coat and a shirt, a button shirt, and a tie. Okay, there he is. Yeah, okay, so the unknown comic, who was he married to? Oh, I've seen him before. Ruth Buzzy? Is he married to Ruth Buzzy? Rowan Martin's Laugh-In. Where is his stats, his information here? Take me to Picowedia, unknown comic, Wikipedia. Here we go. So that'll tell me who he was married to. Oh, yeah, barely. Doesn't give me much information at all. Is this the same guy I'm thinking of? Ha. Alright, well, let's see. What was this guy's name? Murray Langston. Okay. There we go. 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 In his early years, Langston had invested in a nightclub restaurant called Showbiz. Several now famous people worked there as servers, including Deborah Winger, Michael Keaton, then known as Michael Douglas. Of course, you can't be two Michael Douglases. David Letterman, Gallagher, Tim Reed, all right, Venus Flytrap from WKRP, and Freddie Prinze. Huh. All right, tell me who he was married to. Well, I thought he was married to Ruth Buzzy. There is that connection, though. They were on the show together, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Oh, let's see. Oh, Real People is when he revealed his true identity. Personal life. Here we go. All right. Twice divorced by the 90s. All right. But who was he married to? He lives in a ranch near Tehachapi, California. Right, but what about his personal life? That's it? They're not going to say who he was married to? Twice divorced by the early 90s. That's it. That's all it says. He served in the Vietnam War, but never saw combat. Nope. Doesn't say anything about who he was married to. Well, how unfortunate for that. Let me go back and see if I can. Wife. Oh. I can't. Leave that one alone. Yeah. Wife. Okay. Yeah, I don't want images. I want search. Okay. First, Chuck Barris. No, I don't want Chuck Barris. That's it, huh? I'm not finding anything on a wife. Sometimes it's like that. Swing and a miss. Just a bit outside. I gotta heat it up. It ain't no good. It ain't hot. Just a bit outside. Oh, your dog situation. Probably just my house settling, or the coffee machine, or something. Isn't this cool? Isn't that a cool view? Yeah, that's my autographed record of Starcrawler. I love it. I love those kids. You just want to grab them and hug them. Come here, come here, you guys. I'll give you some nuggies. Yeah, they're the kind of kids you want to invite to a barbecue, right? Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally, man. Totally. Totally. Way totally. Slipping. Don't dwell. That's hot. Do not dwell. So anyways, I gotta try to put together a set list for this evening. It looks like I'm gonna need 5 sets of 4 songs. And that means 4 commercial blocks as well. And then I'll do 4. I'll do an hour of nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. And then I'll do the 45-minute episode of Video Time Machine. And then after the Video Time Machine, if I have jotted down enough notes while watching it on things to discuss, then I will probably use up a lot of that time after the show, before 7 o'clock, to discuss the Video Time Machine. Otherwise, if I'm just too into the show and don't think about writing stuff down, and don't remember anything after the show that I want to talk about, then I'll probably just play that last set of music and commercials and yeah, like that. But it should be a 2-hour show. I think last week was an hour and a half. The show before that was, it's like almost 2.5 hours or something. So yeah, it's like, wow, man, let's have a lot of fun, you know. Can you dig it, baby? Can you dig your man? I still haven't come up with any routine. My only real true routine right now is pain. I can guarantee myself pain. I can count on pain being there at every turn. So that's kind of, ow. What the hell is that? That's a pain. Ow. You get one of those sharp pains that feels like it feels like a bite, but it's just like a nerve just going. Yeah, I hate that. Oh, and then you get stuck with that sensation of pain right in one spot. Ah. Oh my God, he's dying. Yep, aren't we all? Yeah. So, the text message that I sent to everyone, my donation plea, I created a long kind of explanation of what was going on, and then copy and pasted that to different texts, right, and sent it to various people, putting their name in there. One person I forgot to put the name on there. So it was kind of a blanket text, and I sent it individually, not in a group, but I sent it individually to different people, and got pretty good responses. 10 out of 12, I think. So I'm going to go back and make individual replies to each individual person left who made a pledge, and send them an individual personal message letting them know that they're not obligated in any way, that this is, you know, it's going to get rolling at some point. I'm just trying to get it started, and I can't afford to do it on my own, that kind of a thing. And just let people know that if they can help, they can help. If they can't, it's not a big deal. It's, you know, it's not a black mark on them or anything. They just, you know, if you can help, you can. If you can't, you can't. That's it. You know, at this point, I can't even really help. The most I can do is get out and do all of this legwork and create the shirts and do whatever I can do on my end without having to actually spend money I don't have. right? I mean, my money pretty much goes to taking care of pain. That's pretty much it. Any extra money I have goes to taking care of pain. That's it. That's all. You know, they make prescription pills. Yeah, of course they do. That's what got me into most of this. Oh. So, yeah, totally. Baby, can you dig your man? No, I can't. Yeah. Weekend. I will finish working on some t-shirt graphics and pick the next 2 shirts to run and perfect those graphics. And then when I go in to do the screen printing this coming week, I will hopefully be able to have the time to look at the shirt colors and pick out shirt colors for the next run. I would like to have 2 color choices at least on at least one of the shirts this time. And I want to pick the colors that work for the graphic, right? So, yeah, that's key. That's key. And I need to get some video. I need to do about 55 shirts right now in order to get this line of shirts paid for. And then everything after that is profit that goes into the donation box. Then I work on the next run of shirts. The next run of shirts should be easier because I've already done one run, so it should be easier. And because people know about the upcoming shirts, I should be able to get lots of orders in via donations. And what I would like to do is have me wearing a shirt or somebody wearing a shirt. You know, I'll probably wear a shirt and do a video and, you know, hey, how's it going? But if I don't have the ability to speak, then I don't. But I need to get shirts out to people ASAP. Once people are wearing the shirts and doing the commercials for the shirts, the ads, whatever you want to call them. I say commercials. You say ads, I say commercial. Advertisements. Video advertisements. So once this starts rolling along, I have no doubt that the orders will come in. I don't know they're going to come in quick because I have to use the old school method of payment. You'll have to send your donations via mail. Cash, check, or money order, via post office, yada, yada, yada. Send it to me. It goes in the box. Your shirt will show up, right? Bada bing. That's it. I'm going to continue to do the shirts in donations of 2 shirts, $50 donations. It has to be $50 donations in order to get to the peak revenue at the required time, right? So once we have more shirts available, it'll be any of the 2 designs, any of the 4 designs, any of the 6 designs, and we'll do it like that. And then pretty soon we'll say, okay, this line is done. 100 shirts are gone. All right. If it is a popular line and it comes back, I may say, look, the shirts are only run in groups of 100 because they're limited edition. If they want more, it has to be a different color. flat out. It has to be a different color. And then I have to come up with another color for that particular shirt design, and then run those shirts, right? And then hope that we get enough of those orders to sell that line of shirts, right? Oh, I want the other color too, right? Sure, come on. If I get in orders, let's say we're doing mail-in orders, and I just keep getting pummeled with orders for one particular shirt in that color, what do I do? Do I run more of those shirts? Probably not. What I'm going to have to stipulate down in the small print is these shirts are done in 100 per run. If you, what's your second choice for this shirt? If you can't get this shirt, then what is your next choice? Basically, if we decide to run more colors of a shirt, another color, would you be open to taking that shirt because this shirt is already sold out, right? That kind of a thing. So I'm going to have to write up some cards with the small print and all of the details, and then one of those things where you print it out and you fill out the bottom portion, and then like the whole bottom half, you fill out this section and then this section, and then you cut off this section and send it in, and this section is for your records that shows you what you donated for, what shirts you ordered, that kind of stuff. And it's kind of your receipt to boot. So, yeah. So yeah, I'll have to put together some kind of video demonstration of filling out the thing and cutting it out and putting it in an envelope and then taking the money and putting it in there and then going, now I'll put a money order in there and fill out a check and stick it in there and lick it and address it and stamp it and then down to the mail and stick it in and and actually mail myself something. Right? Sure. I figure, what the hell? My daughter said, sure, why not? They got to, you got to mail them something. You got to mail them shirts. Why can't they mail you something, right? Why not? Because that's what I said. And she's like, yeah, what the hell? My brother's like, yeah, why not? Fair's fair. You write a check, stick it in an envelope, and mail it to me after having filled out the thing and printed it out, or copy that information down onto a piece of paper, right? That's easy enough. You either print this thing out and fill out the bottom and send it to me, or you just write that information, answer those questions on a piece of paper and send me that. Bada bing. Easy peasy. But it's going to have to be through the mail. I know everybody wants instant gratification. I want it now. I just want to use my apps. Can't I just app you the money? Yeah, you could. But we ain't going to do that. If you're serious about time travel, we're going to time travel. We'll become pen pals, you and me. Cheers. I'll start a whole revolution of people actually writing to each other through the mail, right? The post office will be like, wow, we've had our best quarter in a decade. What the hell's going on? It's that crazy guy, man. He's telling people to write letters. No shit. Yeah. No shit. No, really. There's like no shit. None at all. It's like shitless. Shitless. Woohoo, Shitless. Yep, the new hit, Shitless. This fall on ABC, Shitlist. Shitlist. Now we go from Shitlist to Shitlist. You're on my shit list. That's it. That's what I'm saying. That's absolutely, positively what I'm saying there. Ah, crap. That's right. I gotta fill out paperwork and go down and do that. I've got to re-edit that video and re-upload it. That's it. That's the song, Genesis song, that I have to edit out. Right? Just a little snippet at the end of something going to commercial. And I got a great show. It's a little extra long this time because I wanted to get nostalgic. So I guess I can say it. Tonight's video time machine has all of the VJ portions or DJ portions on video from a TV show on Channel 11 out here in California, KTTV. The show was called Primetime Video, and it was like Channel 11's answer to MTV. It's like, we need a video show, we need to show music videos, right? So they had this hour-long program where DJs from a local radio station would host this show and simulcast it on their radio show, right? And the radio station was KMET 94.7, and the DJs on tonight's episode are Cynthia Fox and Paraquat Kelly, and the show's from 1983, right? And it is from one of those periods where it was a lot of shit going on in this period right here. So I can't play any of the music videos because of the copyright bullshit. I do play a little bit of a music video at the video at the end because it has the end credits of the video primetime video. But I'm allowed to use it because it's a live recording of a song and it's a little different. And it's not a huge hit song, so it's not a bummer to use a few seconds of it. But I'm real excited about this tonight's episode and these snippets of KMET, because you don't often get to do. I get to do a little bit of KMET on the audio portion of the Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia show, but this video, having actual video of Cynthia Fox and Paraquat Kelly, that's just too much. So that's great. And then, of course, cartoons and some music from the 30s, commercials, movie trailers, the usual time travel stuff. But yeah, it'll be fun. And I'm compiling stuff now for that extra long Halloween night edition of Video Time Machine. And on the 25th is going to be the last Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia show. And I may do something special there as well, because it's going to be episode 8 of this new season. That's it. But we've done countless, I don't remember how many exactly, episodes we did before we went to one night. I think we did 60-some episodes before we cut it down to one night a week. Because I think I did it for 2 or 3 months at 5 episodes a week. Was that all? Did I do? I couldn't have done 60 episodes, did I? I don't know. Let's take a look back at the old calendario here and see what the calendar says. September 4/1. Yeah, it looks like I stopped doing the nightly stuff. Oh, wow. 75 episodes of nighttime nonsense and nostalgia from the end of August going back to going back to May. May 20th, I did the first episode of Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. So 4 months gave us 75 episodes of Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. So 75 tonight will make it 80, or not tonight, yeah. Tonight will make it 80, 81 episodes. 75, 80, 81. Tonight's episode 6 of the new season. We're going to have 81 episodes. Nighttime Nonsense and Nostalgia. 82, 83 by the time I stop it. So it'll be episode 8/83. Wow. Season 2. Kind of a short season. I have a feeling that I'm going to spend more time writing, more time figuring out how to use all of this stuff here, and more time actually creating videos, and hopefully uploading, or at least digitizing, all of these family videos I have behind me. Because there's a ton of stuff that I got to do, right? And I seem to spend a lot of time doing live stuff and doing a lot of talking. So if I stop the talking and just do stuff, I can actually do stuff in the morning here and kind of bring you along with me with no narration, no sound, just me doing stuff. I may put together a soundtrack, go onto YouTube and into my editing stuff and find music and sounds and stuff to play while I'm live, right? I go live with my camera here. I switch the microphone to my graphics computer and I play sound there. And I just play a soundtrack while I'm doing what I'm doing. And every once in a while I'll hold up a note to the camera or text something in the comments. And I think that's gonna save my morning show. Getting my brother and others to host a commercial that will air live. It'll be an infomercial that will air live twice a month, I think. I think that's plenty of time to get people ready to do another one, but not like every week. I got to come up with a host every week. And it's not like they're going to host. They just have to come on with me, do a video chat, read some things over, and talk a little bit. Maybe read their own 20 questions. Or if I can get 2 people on, the 20 questions may go out the fucking door because I won't be able to ask the 20 questions. If I could get my brother on every episode to host, if I could get him locked to host every episode or every other episode once a month, then we could do the 20 questions. He could host, he could bring on a guest. We could do our commercial thing. Yeah. I mean, I could do the commercial ahead of time and then just say, okay, we're going to commercial. And then, boom, you know, and I don't even have to talk, right? I can just hold something up to the camera that says commercial. And then he says, okay, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. And then I switch to the commercial. They talk amongst themselves, right? And bada bing, bang, boom. I'm going to have to figure out how to get graphics and videos to pop up on this computer without using this one. Because I need to be able to push play on a video and switch to it here. And bring it up as media from the media player. And then fade off of this one and fade into that one. Right? I think that's the only way it's going to work. Unless I've got two graphics computers. Then I can have a video chat on one and videos loaded up to play on another. I'm just thinking to myself, could I burn my commercials onto DVD and play them from a DVD player into my mixer? Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. It would have to be my daughter's DVD player because these new ones here don't have HDMI. So, wow, there's something. That would give me an extra media player. And would I be able to play it through the media player option? And could I USB it? Because some of them DVD players have a USB. See, these are the questions. So I will probably spend a lot of time getting technical during my vocal hiatus, right? Hi, what? Hiawatha? Totally. Oh my God, like totally for sure. You know? Yeah. So I think first and foremost this morning, I need to redo that Video Time Machine episode and upload it. Oh. It's such a hassle because it's a lot of gigabytes, which means it's going to take 45 minutes to save, process, and save. So we're looking at about an hour's work in the video editor, and then an hour and a half uploading back up to YouTube. Hopefully YouTube is okay with what I edit out, but doesn't find something else to fuck with me about. There's about 6 hits. Everything says it can be used on YouTube except for the one thing that's blocked out in Russia. And if it's blocked out somewhere, if I don't block that country, then when I go out live, it blocks me and it cancels my show. So I need to get rid of that little tiny few seconds of genesis, right? Genesis. Oh, I need to heat that up. Mm-hmm. So my plan was to work on that gate today, that gate for external hard drive deal I'm trying to do. And I think it's a good deal. I think she's getting a really good deal if I can just get the money out of this, labor-wise, to make the to get myself a hard drive and some printer ink so I can continue my projects here. I've got a lot of burnable DVDs and cases. So I've got places to put stuff, right? Digital data, that is, as it were. So what I need to do is work on that gate. I need to get that gate finished. My plan was to do it today, but I got too much stuff going on between tonight's show, today's show, doing the editing stuff that I need to do for tonight's show, and then going in and dealing with this paperwork and trying to shoehorn in a nap so that I've got energy this evening, right? So it looks more than likely, if there's like not too much work over the weekend, which there probably will be, I'll be trying to put together, prefabricate a bunch of pieces for the gate so that I can take it over there and assemble it and install it. Right? So I'm excited about that. I'm really, really excited about that. It should be really, really cool looking. I'm pretty sure I have some 2x4s to attach to the walls on either side of the gate so that they kind of stand in as fence posts, and I attach the gate hinges and latch to that. And the sanding that I did yesterday really makes that wood have a really rustic feel, and it feels good to the touch. It's nice and smooth. The boards are starting to warp and go wonky real quick, so I need to get the gate constructed before I have to go out and buy more pieces of wood because they're all bent up. So I'm going to choose my pieces, what I'm going to build, the end caps and the top and bottom rails, right? Figure out what I'm going to use for that, and then take the rest of the wood and just strap it together and set it aside until I'm ready for it. And then I'll build a frame to house a bunch of slats being slid in through one side. And then put the end cap on, screw it all together nice and snug and tight and square, and then add my cross member supports and then the faux cross member supports. And that should be it. Hinge that puppy up and bada bing bang boom. She's a hanging. She's a hanging. And as long as I get all of my measurements, correct, then it should be an easy job to go over there, find a square place to use as a jig, and set up my gate and screw it together nice and square. Take stuff to make a square jig if I have to, right? That's it. Some clamps and some long levels and some big squares, and then just clamp a level down to a table and bring another level in, square it up and clamp it down. Bada bing. Now I can put my boards in there and screw everything together knowing it's going to be squared. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to use a Kreg jig. I believe some of this wood I am going to glue it and clamp it really tight together, and then use a nail gun and nail it together with some finished nails, so I don't have a lot of stuff poking at your eyes, screws and screw heads and nuts and bolts and shit. There's going to be one end that is going to be removable, right? And that end will be screwed together so that it can come apart. I can take off one end cap. I will take the gate off completely, lay it down, take off one end cap, take off the cross members, backward engineer it a little bit, and then remove slats, replace broken slats, put it back together, reassemble it, and then just go right back to the original holes, and it's squared up, right? Rehang it. So I'm trying to build into it the ability to replace broken boards as well as build into it the strength and sturdiness so that it can support a couple of dogs standing up on it, right? And the constant use of people using it and pulling on it. People have a tendency to pull down on things when they pull toward. You know, I noticed that with cabinets. Cabinet doors get really loose because people don't pull out. They pull down towards them. And they put their body weight into a cabinet door when they pull on it. The next time you open up a cabinet door with a handle, all right, realize afterward what you did. Open on the door and go, hey, I did pull down on it, man. And then do it again and see if you subconsciously change to not pulling down on it. Because I don't pull down on cabinets because I know that it causes wear and stress and structural integrity goes down. I've seen cabinet doors. I've opened a cabinet door before and it's just fallen off because somebody just kept yanking on it. I've seen cabinets that have fallen off of the walls because literally they were just abused. Too much stuff in them and people hanging on the doors like friggin' monkeys. You know, people that climb up onto a counter and grab the inside of a cabinet with the door open, or they grab the cabinet door to pull themselves up onto a countertop. And then they stand there supporting themselves, balancing themselves, holding on to the cabinet, right? This happens all the time in homes. What do you think their emergency rooms are filled? Because most people are idiots. Yep. Frickin' prehistoric monkeys. Monkeys. Monkey? You see a monkey? Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I just bombard myself with shit to do, so I can never get anything done. But I'm always busy. And that's the thing, is to just constantly stay busy. Busy. Right? That's all you can do. Yeah. Oop. Yeah. Just stay busy. Look at people on the East Coast that I haven't heard from in a while, so I'm kind of like, hey? Somebody did one of those check-in things, so they're okay. But there's some others that I'm concerned about. So I sent a message the other day to somebody, and I'm just kind of wondering if everything's okay, you know. Yeah. Because I tend to concern myself with others personally. And most of the time they don't know it. Most of the time they don't. A lot of the people don't realize how emotionally invested I am in their life. Right? A lot of people, most people just don't know. Right? Yeah. I try to hide it, you know. I try not to come off all, you know, hey, what's going on, man? Everything okay? You know, I try to be, it's cool. Everything's cool. But it's not always, it's not always cool. So what do you do? My days are always split in two. I can never get enough sleep at night, and so I always have to wind up sleeping a couple of hours during the day. So it's like I have two little tiny days to work with, and the more I spend utilizing one of those little tiny days interferes with the next little tiny day, right? Little half days, then that chews into my sleeping time. What I need to do is skip a daytime rest period so that I can pass out really early at nighttime and readjust. And I try to do that every weekend. I try to readjust so that I'm getting all of my sleep at night. But by the end of the week, I usually have so much going on that I wind up staying out here working on something until midnight or 1:30 in the morning or something. And I just don't want to stop, because I know if I stop, I lose the momentum, I lose the direction, I lose that muse. You know, it all just kind of evaporates, and I come back to it and go, what the fuck was I thinking with this? I don't recall what I was gonna, you know. So I try to live in the moment and stay in the moment as long as I can. You know, so if I start a video and I want to edit that video, I usually want to try to block out enough time to finish editing that video. For the most part, there might be a few odds and ends to take care of, but for the most part, I like to finish the meat and potatoes of a video, whatever that video is, whether it's mine or someone else's or borrowed stuff or some kind of hodgepodge of, you know, history, like the video time machine. Yeah. I just like to stay with it until it's done. You know, I haven't been able to finish a lot of things in my life. A lot of the things I've done throughout my life have gone unfinished, and I've been unfulfilled. YouTube is not one of them. YouTube is one of those things where on a almost daily basis, I get fulfilled by something I have completed on YouTube, whether it's my work or just mostly borrowed content that I've taken, and it's never becomes mine, but it becomes mine to share, right? You know, it's like I hold the map to get to these things, because other people are like, where the hell did you find this? Oh my gosh. You know, so in that respect, I'm like the gatekeeper for a lot of this shit. And that's how I see it, the museum curator, you know. I just hang around, find shit that means something to me in my past, my life, and share it. And that's it. Oh, hey, look what I found, this little chunk of the past. And then I try to create little things that give you kind of express in some way who I am, where I come from, what I'm all about, right? So, yeah, I get fulfilled on a regular basis with this, because on a regular basis I complete things. I've got 750 some videos uploaded to YouTube. Hundreds of those videos are borrowed content. Like 500, over 500, about 500-ish, I guess. Over 500 videos of borrowed content that I just want the world to know that this borrowed content has been a part of my life, or in some way means something to a part of my life. That's it. That's all. I was just thinking, I would love to be able to put these video time machine episodes onto DVD, but they won't fit, not with the size DVDs I have. Maybe there's a newer DVD that I can get. But I don't know that it'll work with this old burner. I don't know. This burner here is probably 20 years old. So, I would love to be able to get my work here archived on DVD some way, somehow, you know. The main thing is to get it home, get whatever's on YouTube that I don't have here, get it here, get it off of YouTube and here, copy it, download it, get it onto a hard drive, have all of my stuff here, so then I have the ability to then curate it and catalog it how I see fit away from YouTube, so that at some point I can actually take it and upload it to some kind of archive somewhere and save it there, and have it saved for posterity here at home. So whether it gets used this generation or the next generation or the next or somewhere after that, it's here. Or it gets dug up by the aliens in 1,000 years and they go, what's this? I'll have to put some DNA in there so they can reconstitute me somehow, right? And then use all of that information in order to turn me into who I am now, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Create a new me out of all of that information and an actual physical duplicate clone of me. I still like the idea of taking all of this information, uploading it to some supercomputer, and turning all of this information into an AI. Look, here's the character that you're going to be. Here's who the AI is, this guy. Here's all of the information you need to know about you as this AI character, right? All your thinking and speaking and characteristics and mannerisms, everything will be just like this, right? The AI will know all of my shirts and what I wear, how I move, how I walk, how I talk, what I listen to. It'll have a catalog of every single thing in this room, individually cataloged, right? So that it knows what each thing back here is, and that AI can go back and interact with anything in the room. Oh God, that would be so sweet. That would be like the ultimate video game, right? To just interact with an AI that is built upon a real person, right? That's no longer around. But their entire world, small as it is cataloged completely and dumped into this computer. God, that would be somebody who's a fucking tech genius who can program and create AIs. Somebody needs to contact me, because I got it going on. I can load this thing up and go live 24/7 and give you so much data to create this AI. Or live in a one room apartment, well, kind of like this, with cameras, kind of like this, and the AI, student AI, the one that's learning how to be me, right? All of that information is being recorded through cameras in this room via close-ups and whatever, and maybe even sometimes wearing that headgear from Avatar so that they can record all of my face and stuff, and that stuff too, right? And that'll make for perfect, wearing that for a year so that you get every single thing that my face does in a computer, right? That's a lot of data to pull from. I'm the experiment. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to live on as an AI, right? It won't be me. I'll be dead. But there'll be something like me out there. That would be way wicked, man. My daughter can, turn on a program and go, hey, what's up, dude? Hey, how's it going, baby? How's things going? How's your progress in the world? And just answer how I would answer, talk how I would talk. How would that be? And then use that as the model to, like, okay, look, everybody can take a year of their life, and record it, upload it, and turn it into a little AI application program or something, so that you can leave something to your loved ones. Like, oh, before he left, he created this program for you guys. And it's just like a digital memory of who that person was, but it's interactive, and you can feel some kind of a connection, right? You can get that AI, you can get that AI to smile the way you remember, or to laugh, or to tell that one joke over and over again that you love, right? Something, I don't know. I just see it being part of the future. So all you out there in the future who are watching this go, wow, he predicted that. Wow, that's great. That's kind of how it's going to be. And I want to be on the floor of that, the starting ground floor of what's going on. I want to be your first AI. And I've got a lot of data to donate to that. And I'm willing to donate more. And I'm willing to sit in a room for a year with a thing on, headgear, and or as long as it takes, to get all of that face stuff going on, right? Why not? I don't think I'd have more than a year, and we better get started right away. Totally, man. Yeah. So hopefully I can get some kind of venue in Lake Elsinore for a week to do this event and to have a little time down there to do some other stuff and to have some, pre-reunion stuff and post-reunion stuff going on. Hoping that people are going to be able to take a week and come down and stay and do more than just the weekend fun. So I really need to get some time to invest in taking care of that. Yep. Yeah. There goes the stomach. I keep looking at that gate in my head, building it over and over and over again, and all the little things, ins and outs that I need to do to make it strong and to make it very, very functional and aesthetically pleasing, right? So in my head, I'm rounding edges and smoothing corners and trying to give it a nice tactile feel to it, so that you can grab the gate and open it up, and it feels good in your hand. So yeah, this, how's this gonna? What size wood should this be? Is this the stuff that I have gonna work? Should I double it? Should I get something else for the cap? Should I do this? Is it going to be strong enough? I think my idea of using really heavy-duty pieces for the end caps and top rails and bottom rails and stuff, use this really heavy, thick, almost, the most solid pieces for that, and glue and clamp and tack it together, so that I get a really, really good strength out of it, so that when it all dries, it becomes not three pieces screwed together, but one solid piece that's been glued and clamped, and it's not going to warp, it's not going to go wonky. That's going to create a strength, and to have those on the ends, that's really important. And I'm going to do the same thing for the top and the bottom C-channels. Create a good, strong, three-piece, compressed together, solid deal. And then each one will have a little track in it, so that I can slide boards in and lock them in place. And then I'm going to have it all pre-drilled and screwed together, so that it has a durability, but it also has the ability to be pulled apart. Once I get into the designing and the laying it out, and I put the cross members in and everything is dry fitted, I may decide, you know what, I don't need to build it so that it has to come apart. I just need to build it durable. It may be with the cross members, there may be no place for boards to break out, right? And not worry about it. And if I do have to come back and fix a board, I'll just have to take a little extra time to deconstruct it, you know. Or just say, hey, if you break a board out, that's the brakes. Right? See what I did there with the brakes and the brake and all right, break it up. Oh, I did it again. Right. So I want Kid Video to come back. I want to start getting into creating some more kick-ass videos, you know. So hard drive, external hard drive. If I get another external hard drive this week coming up, that's gonna save me. I'll be able to pull a lot of stuff together and put it onto one hard drive and compile it. I'll be able to strip out this other hard drive that I have and figure out how to utilize it. I think it's a 1 terabyte, and then I have a 2 terabyte, and now I'm going up to a 4 terabyte. So I need to strip stuff off of both computers, bare bones them again, and figure out how to put things on this computer into off the desktop and into the computer so they don't cloud, right? So when I remove it from over here, it stays over here. Yeah. But my computers are mirrored. What I might have to do is just create another desktop over here and have that one separate from this desktop. Maybe that's my fix, is just to have 2 desktops. No, that's not going to work. I'm just going to have a way of filing stuff over here off of the desktop. I think the desktop is going to be my work area, and that's why I put stuff to work on or to share it or save it back and forth between the computers, and everything else should come out of the hard drive. Yeah. And then I think the next purchase I'm going to be saving for is going to be a desktop PC. Unless somebody has a nice gaming PC out there, it can be something 10 years old, something that they've outgrown, but something they want to donate. That would be great. That would be phenomenal. There probably ain't too much of that out there. I gotta heat this up. Make it more enjoyable. I'm out of creamer, so I'm using powdered stuff, and it's like, it's tolerable. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's see, I've got to do paperwork this morning. I got to re-edit the video time machine. I've got to go into town and deal with paperwork. I've got to take a nap. I've got to set up my show. So I should fill out paperwork here while I'll edit the stuff on the video time machine. While that is saving, processing, I will fill out the paperwork. When I'm done filling out the paperwork and that is done saving, I will then upload the new one to YouTube and get the checks on it. That'll take a couple of hours. While that is happening, I can go out and do the hand in the paperwork and do all of that. Come back, have some lunch, take a nap, get up early, pick out my set list, unless I have time to pick it out this morning. And that's it. And that's about what I got time for. Right? At some point this evening or tomorrow morning, I need to make the weekly programming guide and upload all of that. The videos are all ready to go. I just need to inform people what I got going. What's happening next week, baby. It's already ready already. Got weekly programming. That's one of those things that I can always count on to keep me busy, to keep my brain occupied, to keep me thinking about something other than pain. Right? Of course, I'm so used to living in pain, it's just become part of my life. It sucks in more ways than one, because there's probably a lot wrong with me, but I'm just used to the pain. It's like, oh, look, another pain. Yeah, but that pain, it's just a pain. Yeah, but that could be important. It's just a pain. Right? I don't know what happened. It was just he was in pain and then he was dead. Just like that. Whew. Good. I don't want to be, yeah, he was in pain, and then and then he suffered for months and years in agony as they butchered him, eviscerated him, radiated him. That's the one thing I love, is the radiation, right? Yay, radiate me. Because that's what the insurance companies say to do. Why? Because they ain't out to save you, man. They're just out to prolong your agony and to make money off of you. Why do you think the lobbyists created this whole scam of everybody in the country must have health insurance? It's mandatory. If it's fucking mandatory, you better be giving it to me, motherfuckers. Force me to pay shit, you know, garnish my wages, steal my tax return, you know, because I couldn't afford fucking health insurance. You know, you make too much money to get assistance getting health insurance, but you don't make enough to even come close to fucking paying that monthly bullshit. Who wants to pay $800 a month for insurance that you're barely gonna fucking use, and then when you do use, you gotta pay extra, or they just say, nah, your insurance don't cover it. What a fucked up fucking world, you know? And then they're not set up to save lives. They're set up to prolong the fucking agony. That's it. There's no cures out there. You know? It's just, let's see how long we can keep them in fucking misery, you know? Gee, let me sign, where do I sign up for that? Right? Fuck. Go from being miserable all the time to being 4 times as miserable all the time. Right? And you're going to live longer that way. Yay. Fuck me. You know, what a choice to have to make. You know? Do you want to go in and find out what's wrong, and then find out that this is what's wrong with you, but we can't do a damn thing for you? Or we can dissect you while you're still alive, and that's what we can do for you. Or we can cause you more pain than you're in now for the rest of your short life. That's what we can do for you, right? It's like, where do I sign up? Give me some of that. You know, Or they just say, okay, well, here's your expectancy date. We figure you're going to last about this long. Go away. We can't help you. Go away. Here's a hospice phone number, right? That's basically what it is now. Your health care is, here's hospice. We can't help you anymore. Your insurance don't cover it, so go die. You know. Or, you know, your insurance doesn't cover maintenance, so we didn't find out about this soon enough to help you. It's bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. It's a fucking scam. Uncle Scam, you know, sticking his hand out. Uncle Scam. Don't matter whose fucking side you're on. Don't matter who you think anybody should fucking back. They ain't backing you, and it's a sad state of affairs when you get your person in there, and they just turn their back on you and shit on you, and you're right there backing them again. Because you believe, because you're programmed to believe that this shit works. And it's just a scam. It's all this shit is determined by someone else. It ain't us. You know, we're just the ones that get used. You know, I am constantly being hit on my phone via text because my phone number used to belong to somebody else who was really into politics. So every day I get a bing, I get this message asking Mary to please donate. We're kicking their butts. We're getting whooped. They're hurting us. Right? And there's all these pleas for money. Right? And the way they go about it. It's just miserable. It just disgusts me. I mean, I'm reporting this shit as junk and as spam constantly. Because I think it's just a horrible, horrible use of what should be a public service, you know? Come fucking give us money because you're not gonna know. There's just, not with my measly $20 fucking dollars, you're not. And then if I do $20, you're gonna want 40. If I do 40, you're gonna want 80. It never fucking ends. They're fucking greedy, all of them. The ones who have the money and don't have to worry about it, and the other ones who are like, give us money, give us money, give us money. They know they're not going to fucking win, and yet they want the money because they know they get to keep all of the extra money that they don't use. Period. So you raise as much money as you can. So when the day comes and the fucking handles are pulled, you know, if you lose, you still win. You wind up with a buckload of fucking money. And lecture deals and books and all that crap. How I almost became president. Oh. I see this all ending really badly for everyone, regardless of what side you think you should be on. I personally believe you should be on our side, the people's side, and not a political party side. And because the political parties are not on our side, they're not for us, I just feel that we should be on our side. And it doesn't mean picking an independent or liberal or whatever the alternate parties are, right? It might just mean going to your poll and voting fuck you, right? Fuck you and fuck the system. Both of you, all of you suck. You know, I'm going to write in Mickey fucking Mouse, right? Whatever it is. But the message needs to happen that there have been reports of 3 million voters voting, I will not vote. You're not giving me something to vote for. I vote that neither party be elected. How's that? That's what I vote. I vote for somebody different. We need new candidates. That's what I vote for. You know, let's do something like that. Let's stand up and do something different together. With these phones, social media, it's real easy for all of us to get together on the same page and accomplish something. Happens all the time. You know, why can't we do something meaningful instead of a candlelight vigil where we all march to no place and say, yeah, we're going to fix it. No, that don't work. You know, let's not march in the streets and turn cars over, because that's not going to fix it. You know, let's not vote for one idiot or the other idiot, because that ain't going to fix it. Let's do something different. You know, let's write in and say, no, idiot number one or idiot number two. No, I refuse to vote for either of these idiots. Period. We need to recandidate. That's it. We need new people. Let's vote to get rid of both of these candidates and come up with somebody new. 2 new candidates. All right? Why the fuck not? Tell me we can't fucking do that. The goddamn democratic system. We can decide, you know what? This is bullshit. Let's do something different. I'm sick of it. Fucking sick of it. Every time I go down to fucking vote, I feel like I'm just sticking knives into me. God, don't do it, don't do it. Ah! Oh, I did it. I fucking voted this way. Because it was the easiest way, you know. This is the less of the two evils, you know. The lesser of the idiots. You know, oh, God, I'm sick of doing that. I'm sick of fucking having to choose between stupid or stupider. God, once again, everybody all together, it sickens me. Ugh. I think that's where they get you. They just get you so frustrated and burned out and so bogged down with bleh, you know, or they get you so wrapped up in the bullshit that they actually brainwash you into thinking that you're actually doing something. You know? How can you vote this way or that way when either way is tied to bullshit? Either way is tied to evil. You can't vote on this proposition either way, because either way you're fucking somebody over. It's written great for these people and horrible for these people. Where if you vote no, well then it's great for these people but horrible for these people. Why? It's written that way. So we feel like we got knives jabbing into us every time we click that fucking box. Or you just go in and you just vote this way, that way, this way, you know, whatever. This is the way that I kept writing down, okay, I'm going to vote yes on this and no on that, you know. And you don't do any of the research. You just listen to the commercials, the rhetoric, the bullshit, and you vote that way, which is pretty much how most of us vote, right? Nobody sits and reads through the pamphlets, researches the actual people they're voting for. No, they don't do that. I take the time to fucking do that, to read those booklets with all the props and crap in there. It's mind-numbing, but at the same time, it's so eye-opening to realize that either way you're fucked. So what do? Pick the lesser of the two bad directions, right? The fork in the road. They're both going in the horrible directions. Which one do you choose? Well, which one from here doesn't look as bad, right? That's how you fucking vote nowadays. Which of these candidates have I been programmed to like because of the way I sway in the media, right? Social media, regular, whatever. And we're coming down. It's less than a month away. And we're coming down to, you know, blast off idiot time. And I am so burned out on the whole fucking scene. And it's not like you can go in there and say, well, I'm not going to vote because you guys all suck. You can't put any of that. You can, but nobody's going to care. The only way it matters is if 1 million people go in there and don't punch either box, but write in, you're both fucked. I vote for this guy. I write in this guy. Right? Nobody's going to do that. So therefore, if a handful, a couple thousand, a couple 100,000 people do it, it's not really going to be a big thing. It's not going to go noticed. But when a bunch of votes don't come in, or come in differently than they expect, a huge number, then that's going to cause some kind of a stir, and it's going to, hey, did you hear? Have you seen? Have you heard about the total, the count? It's like writing to your congressman. It only works if you flood the office with paper. Everybody picks up fucking pen and paper and envelopes and floods the office. Emails don't work. They just hit delete. They don't read the fucking things. They just hit delete. Spam all of the emails from this guy and this guy and this guy, and then your shit never gets through. You're just a voiceless voice, right? But if you use paper and you flood the offices with paper, that's different. When just cartloads of letters show up because you have started a chain reaction of people writing to one specific entity in the organization, the bureaucracy, the government, right? Why not? Because people don't want to take the time. People are instant satisfaction. They're send a text or an email and be done with it. Right? That needs to change. Some of the old school ways need to come back. Like actually reading a book rather than watching a movie or a TV series. Right? Or listening to it. Actually reading the book. You know, that needs to come back. You know, actually going to school to learn. That needs to come back. Not just to graduate and move on, but to learn. Not just to get the degree or the diploma, but to actually absorb the information and make it become a part of you. So when you're talking to someone, that schooling comes through in how you speak and what you speak of. That needs to change. We need to go back to the old methods. I vote on using the mail for more and more now. Actual people having a notepad next to them and writing a letter out, maybe then typing it, signing it, dating it, and mailing it to somebody. You know, maybe I'll start mailing letters, get out my typewriter and type out a letter and sign it and date it and address it and mail it to someone, right? Actual letters. Let's start a regression, a retro action of doing stuff the old way. Why not? Somebody tell me why not. I think with the shirts, that's what I'm going to do for a while. See how that goes. I'm going to see if people want to take in, collect donations and take orders, forward those orders to me, and then mail me the money. Maybe I'll see if I can do that. And then maybe mail, or maybe I'll actually mail a bunch of flyers to my brother and to a few people so they can go around and say, hey, you know, you want to do this? And then maybe they can gather the money through the applications and then just write a check and send it to me, fill out a money order and send it to me. And I just want to try to I want to try to avoid having to do the whole money thing through my bank, right? I'm poor, I want to stay poor. I don't want to get hit with, you know, my finances doing this when it's supposed to be this, right? Once again, because I can't afford health insurance. So in order to keep health insurance, I have to stay a certain, you know, and I can't work anyway. So that's easy enough to do. But peripherally, I can't have weird money coming in that I'm not actually earning, right? That would just screw everything up. Pardon moi. All right. Video. Paperwork. Food. Video again and get the hell out of here. Maybe at some point I can go through some music and pull out a set list for this evening. Figuring the show after this one is going to be my last one. So, I gotta figure that out. Well, ain't that sweet? Most indubitably. I need a table. I need a nice, like one of those old fold-up card tables, 4 foot by 4 foot, yardstick across. That's it. 4 foot. Is that 3 foot? That's a yard, right? So I think they're like 48 inches across, 48-inch square. That would be fantastic. That's what I need for right here, so that I can just switch from doing this in the mornings to just working on a project every morning. Some mornings I won't even be here. It'll be like hit and miss. Not being able to speak is probably going to chuck me into a bit of a melancholy. So it may go either way. I may be setting up to do stuff in here just to stay busy to do something. I think there's a dog wanting to get out. Let me check. Yeah, it must have been Big Dog here behind me making noises. She's laying right behind me here. Oh, there she goes. Big Dog stretching. Hi, biggin. Biggin. Maybe I'll switch my cameras around and put me here and put this one. And then, so I'm in this one here, and then take my graphics computer and run it into number 1, right? So that when I'm here and I do this, my graphics computer pops up in the corner and has some Halloween themed thing playing the whole time, right? Some kind of Halloween, or vice versa. Put some kind of Halloween thing in this screen, in the big screen, and then put me in the little screen. So you've got some kind of Halloween thing happening, right? Or, yeah, I don't know. I mean, at some point it's all going to be moot, because it's all going to be moot, because I'm going to be mute. You see what I did there? Shut up. Just shut up. I'm going to warm up this last bit of coffee so I can enjoy it, as horrible as it is. where you at? Come on, biggin. Oh, sheesh. I got everything too tight in here. Oh, yeah. Anyways. Things are all right. Things are an even keel around here. Yeah. Come on, Bessie. Come on. She'll come out soon and you can go in there and lay down. Come on. But I think that radio there is going to be my one of my projects. I think I'll work on that on camera. I'm going to try to set up a USB that runs all the way outside, because I've got extension cords. If I can get one to work from all the way outside into here and keep a strong enough signal, because sometimes they don't work on a long cord. But if I can get that to work, I have got long HDMI, but sometimes same thing. It degrades over a length of cable, and then it just doesn't have enough of a signal to work in my thing here. I don't know why. So if I can get a camera to work outside, then you can have video of me working on something outside. The camera pointed down at a table, me working outside, using stuff like a sander or a paint remover, right? Because I wouldn't want to do that in here on a table. Well, maybe some paint remover, little brain cell remover, right? So that radio there, I think, is going to be a project that I'll be working on, and I want to restore that radio to its, previous luster of wood and two-tone wood, and a nice finish, and restore it to functioning as well. So that's going to be one of those things where I'm going to work on it on camera during the week. That'll be Old Time Radio Wednesdays. I'll be working on that. And other radios, stereos and stuff. And then on Mondays, work on some video-related stuff. Video machines, video projectors, play around with those things. TVs on Television Tuesday. I got a bunch of TVs and stuff I can play around with. Yeah. Dig into some 8 tracks and stuff on Thursdays on Flashback, Throwback Thursdays, arts and crafts, and just pick a day and work on something. All right, today's this day, and we're going to be working on this every week. We'll do on this day. We're going to do this. All right, it's time to pull the radio out and work on it. This week we're going to do this. And then off camera, I'm going to be doing this and this. So when we come back next week, we'll have this to work on. And then we'll get ready to work on that project. And then maybe I'll have a little bit of video of something that I did off camera, off live. Right? Oh my gosh, it's like coming together. Yeah. It's cool. I love it when a plan comes together. So I'm going to be heading out in about 15 minutes out of here, and hopefully getting something to eat. And then I'm going to do video and paperwork stuff until I get out of here and go into town and sit in the office and get my shit taken care of. Get it over with. Yay. Yay. I honestly wish I had the physical wherewithal to go out and make the kind of money that I used to make before. We never had any, especially living in the Spartan lifestyle that we do. I know it doesn't look very Spartan, but we always, had plenty of money because we weren't spenders, we were savers, we were earners. And when I had to just stop working my normal stuff was hard to get used to. It was really hard to get used to. And even still, there's so many things I need to do and want to do, and just have to say, nope, can't do that. Can't even get even close to getting the money for that. No way. That's why I put off this party for so long, because I knew I'd have to kind of fund a lot of it just to get it off and rolling. And I never thought about donations, and then I never thought about shirts, and it just like, so everything is, happens for a reason. So I'm confident that the t-shirt thing will get us somewhere. It'll get something, some kind of reunion. Whether it's a handful of us or half the friggin' town, right? Something's gonna happen. One and only or first annual, who knows? I don't know. I just want to see a bunch of people who probably want to see a bunch of other people, and so on. And I just want to spend a week in Elsinore, like a lot of other people. I want to have fun. I want to make some good memories, just normal stuff. That's all this is. Sorry, I was just slipping off again. Trying to figure out the feasibility of using others for this, the commercials and the show and stuff. And as long as they have a shirt and they're willing to do it, and they're willing to just kind of read from cue cards that they create from texts, unless they can read from a text and do it that way, whatever. I prefer to write stuff out big and legible so that you can just kind of flip through cards. But to each his own. To each his own. So I'm hoping that we can set something up every couple of weeks from here on out with people coming on and doing a recorded video and a live video. Even if the live stuff winds up being recorded and edited and just goes out live, even if it's that's enough. That's enough. What are you going to do, I plan, I scheme, I try to get things to where it's going to be entertaining and perfect, and then it's like, it's not going to work. So, move on. This is all planned to be live, and then the whole idea, or the whole procedural thing, just took the wind out of that. And I didn't realize it at first when I set it up that it was going to come into play, and it was like, crap. I'm scheduling a live show, and I'm not even going to be able to be live. So I'm probably going to take down that. I think I'll change it to recorded live in front of an Elsinore Brothers studio audience or something like that. That sounds good. Recorded live in front of an EBS audience. That'll work. Just write that little thing down. Live before a EBS audience. EBS, CBS, that's cool. EBS, Elsinore Brothers Studio, EBS. Thank you very much. EBS TV here. Okay, so that'll work. I'll just rebrand the show as, it's a live show, but it's recorded live before a EBS studio audience. That's it. Mainly me. and whoever's sitting here with me, or whoever's watching the show as it's being produced on either end, right? Because I do want to have a guest, I do want to have a host, I do want to do a commercial thing, and if I can gather all of these elements live through a live video chat, I think that's going to work for me as far as presenting it as a recorded live show. That's as close as we're going to get at this point. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. Recorded live. It's a live, recorded live. So because it instantly after it's live, it's a recorded live show. I think I'm just going to brand it as a show recorded live in front of a studio audience. Yeah. Not previously aired live, but recorded live. Because I will be recording it live. I'll be taking everything that's done on the video chat, taking it, recording it, and then editing it like that. Just like that. So basically I get on my graphics computer, I bring up a video chat with one person, talk to them, we bring up another video chat with that other person, we talk to them, we record everything that we're doing. We then bring them both together on a video chat, on a group chat. They talk to each other, one asking the other questions, yada, yada, yada. We record all of that. We take those two images on the screen and I can zoom into them individually and bring them up. So I just have two images on the screen when I record. Make sure to have two full-size images. Then I create a full-size image out of either one of those. So I can go back and forth, or have both, right? And then use all of that recorded footage from the three video conversations, the one, and then the two, and build an episode around that. I can even add in sound effects, which is really cool. I can throw up video. When somebody talks about something, I can flash up some video of that, right? So that will be cool. And throwing up video will also allow me to go back and forth between edits of this person here and then this person doing something a minute later and editing them together. It edits together smoother if you flash up some video and then go back to the person talking again, and you edit over the splice, right? You get what I'm saying. I just want to have all of these people together. Most of the people I won't really know. They'll all be there for other people and stuff, but I mean, it gives me so much joy just to think about the reunion, to plan the reunion, to work on it, to do this, to make sure it's all of it's just fun for me, right? It's hard work. It keeps me up till the wee hours. It takes a lot physically out of me, but I have to do it. It's so much joy, right? So when we get to it, that joy that others are going to feel being there and being involved with their part doing it, my joy is then going to be magnified, right? Exponentially. And that's really cool. And that's probably the main reason I'm doing this, is the feel-goodiness of it all on everybody's side, mine especially, because I just want to feel good, right? I just want to be happy. I just want to have happy memories. And so being able to go back and relive happy memories while creating new ones, I mean, right? I mean, how about people who show up early? We take a trip to Tyler Mall on on one day and go cruise the old mall. It's different now, but it's still the mall. A day to go to Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland or something down here in Southern California. Relatively close, just like we used to, just an hour drive. You know, and have stuff planned out. So it's like, okay, well, if we decide this, we've got it worked out. We've got the trip planned. We just have to execute, right? And plan a bunch of early bird stuff, a bunch of post-party stuff. Oh, man, that'd be fun. And I'd really like to do it with people who I wouldn't normally expect to do things with, you know. People who wouldn't normally want to do things with me. But I would hope that by the time we get to the event, that people who are like, I'm not going, there's no way I'm going, would eventually come around to, I can't wait. And, you know, and we would have feel-good moments about people just feeling good about being able to be there, right? I couldn't ask for anything more, you know. And if I were to be able to pull this off, I would want to be remembered for, if anything, I would want to be remembered for this one thing, for pulling this off. Even if I get all the way up to it and then it's like, I'm done, and then fall over like 2 days before the event. Even if that were to happen, I would want to be remembered for this, creating this thing for everyone. Not so much for me, especially if I never make it, but for everyone else, and to make it happen. Look, everything's paid for, everything's taken care of. We just have to have somebody else who's in charge take over the actual executing of the whole thing. That's it. And have some generals, have some backup, have some people who are ready to take over and do stuff. You know, have a few people that got the skinny on everything, so that no matter what, this comes out, this happens, this is gonna work, no matter what, because there's already people planning to be here, right? There are a lot of people who I think are going to be last minute, who are just going to take the weekend and drive over from wherever they're at. I'm hoping that we get a lot of people on board early who are going to say, yeah, man. So once again, I need to reiterate what the committees are. And well, I better take this here. And the importance for the committees and the need for people to help, because I'm just a one-man act, right? I'm the man behind the curtain. So that's going to be one of those things I'll need to work on, is getting committees organized for the purposes of making sure others are aware of what's going on, and most importantly, taking a lot of load off of my shoulders. Oh yeah. All right, people. It is 8 o'clock, and it is time to get out of here. 8 o'clock, and it's time to rock. Time to get up and go do something. So, yeah. As always, I want to remind everyone out there to spread peace and love, not bullshit. All right? If you're going to do something for yourself, which you should, do something for yourself, go out there and do something for somebody else as well. Why? Because it's not your world, it's our world. You know, do something to help out. All right? But most especially, everybody, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody going to do it for you. All right, people. Love you. I'll see you tonight. Adios.